Welcome to Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm Josh Cohen. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. One, I'm not talking about local sports, Minnesota sports. I'm talking about a national sport. And even more different, that sport that I'm talking about is NASCAR. Now, I know a lot of my friends and family aren't big NASCAR fans, so I don't know what kind of reach I'm going to get, how many people are going to watch this video talking about NASCAR, but I'm going to throw it out there anyways because NASCAR is one of my favorite sports. I'm a fan. Obviously, Chase Elliott is my guy. Was a Jeff Gordon fan. You can see the diecast behind me. NASCAR is one of the sports that I follow, one of the sports that I talk about. So I'm going to do a video talking about NASCAR and see what kind of results I get. If people watch it, if people like it, let me know if you do want me to talk more NASCAR because I'm a fan. So if you don't want me to talk anymore, don't tell me that because I don't hurt my feelings. But you can just ignore the video. Don't watch the rest of it if you're not a NASCAR fan. But if you are a NASCAR fan or you're interested about NASCAR, I'm going to talk today about the NASCAR Playoffs, the Cup Series Playoffs. Start next week, Saturday night at Daytona. The regular season ended. Kyle Larson was the regular season champ. Blaney won back-to-back races, so second race in a row, 3 total this year. And I want to talk about, I guess, kind of my favorites or who I think is going to win the NASCAR Cup Series Championship for 2021. So, a couple of names to keep an eye out for, and a couple of guys who it's hard to predict. I'm not going to give you, well, I am going to give you a name, but I'm not super confident in any of this. I don't think you can be in NASCAR. I think the NASCAR playoffs are the most unpredictable playoff system in American sports. Maybe, no, even more so than college basketball. You know, everybody loves March Madness because anything can happen, anybody can win. But at the end of the day, I feel like you still know who's going to win that championship, right? You get a lot of upsets and stuff early on in the tournament, right? There's always a Cinderella team, right? This year was ORU, was my college, Oral Roberts University, was in the Sweet 16. Nobody expected that. But at the end of the day, you know, they lost to a higher seed, and, you know, I think they could have beat Arkansas, but they weren't going to win the championship. But in NASCAR, anything can happen because, you know, one failed fuel pump, one blown engine, one small, blown tires, a small thing, an accident in front of you that's not even your fault could end your season, when it comes to the NASCAR playoffs. They do the 3 races in advance, so you have a little bit of chance, but especially that final race, it comes down to who has that best race in the last race. Last year was Chase Elliott, and he had to win really to even get into that championship and then won in the championship. So, sentimental favorite, Chase Elliott's my guy, like I said. So I hope that Chase Elliott wins back-to-back championships. I think he has as good a shot as anyone. The way that the Hendrick cars have been running, I think he's got a good shot. If you are going to ask who my favorite is, who I think is going to win, it's Kyle Larson. I do believe that Kyle Larson is the favorite to win. He's obviously the regular season champ, 5 wins, but consistency, right? He's been consistent all year long. He obviously had that one stretch, I think he won 4 in a row, a really good stretch, but it wasn't just like, oh, that was his only stretch of good races. He's been consistent all year. That's why he's the regular season champ. So he's got to be the favorite. He's got to be the one that I expect. If you were to say, put money on the line, which I wouldn't do in NASCAR. Like I said, anything can happen in these playoffs. But I would say Kyle Larson. Obviously, I think Chase Elliott is another name to look out for. The guy, he won the championship last year, so obviously knows what it takes to win in this playoff format. And the Hendrick cars have been really good, so I don't know if William Byron and Alex Bowman will be in that discussion at the end, but they're also in the playoffs. Hendrick's been great this year, so wouldn't be surprised if any one of the 4 Hendrick cars won. Obviously Ryan Blaney having the momentum coming into the playoffs, I think is huge, winning back-to-back races. He's got 3 total this year, so Ryan Blaney's a name. I would be surprised if he was really in it at the end. He's just not a driver, a team that we've seen consistency over years, and typically that's what it takes to win in the chase is consistency. That's why Jimmy Johnson won it for so many years, is because that team was consistent for so long. You really can't afford to make mistakes when it comes to the NASCAR playoffs. So I also, with that in mind, consistency and teams that have done it and drivers that have done it for a while, I'm gonna make Kevin Harvick my dark horse championship contender for this, because I think even though he obviously hasn't won, like, you know, and last year he won a bunch of races, he's been winning. To go from last year how many he won to this year winning none, it's surprising. But I don't think, but it's not like he's had a horrible year. He's been in contention. He got in on points alone, which means he's been consistent. This is a driver, a team that has won consistently in the past. So I would not be surprised to see Kevin Harvick at least in the conversation in that final race with the last four guys. But at the end of the day, like I said, Kyle Larson, the year that he's having, super talented driver in you know, obviously some of the best equipment that NASCAR has to offer in the Hendrick cars, and they've been better this year than they've been in a long time. Been a Hendrick fan since the mid 90s with Jeff Gordon. So to see them have the kind of success they're having, I really think it's going to be a Hendrick car that wins the championship. And it may be too easy of an answer, may not be enough. You know, maybe I should go bolder with my prediction or something, but I really think that the best driver this year is Kyle Larson. So I think Kyle Larson will be the one hosting that trophy in Phoenix at the end of the year. But I want to know what you guys think. Is it going to be Chase winning back-to-back? Will it be Larson, the favorite, going into it? Maybe it's another guy like Blaney or Harvick or Denny Hamlin. Let me know who you think is going to win the championship. If you like this video, if you like this NASCAR conversation, then like the video, let me know, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.